problem against a Hong Kong women's team that possibly is just lacking a little bit of size. But the USA Stars, another one of the international teams here, but don't underestimate teams like the Fiji development side, the Sigatoka Crusaders, who will take on the Outrigger Knights in the last game of pool play here on day 2. So the ground is set, the crowd is building. It is a good crowd. Looking forward to watching the future stars of the game. Future Olympic medalists perhaps. What stars will come out of the Ravuka Sharks? What stars will come out of Tuva Youth? Witi Dakau, Ratu Felici Youth. 4 of the best young sides in the world of 7's. As I mentioned in the introduction, very warm, humid conditions. And they are the supporters for the Ravuka Sharks. The purple colours, defensively magnificent throughout pool play in their quarter-final. They're going to need all of that defence if they're to beat the Tuva Youth, who look like trying to make it 3 titles in a row. So not too far away from welcoming our 2 teams in this first of the youth semi-finals onto Lawanga Park here in Sigatoka on Fiji's Coral Coast. So Wesley College representing New Zealand. One of 2 international sides in this youth tournament, the other out of Brisbane in Australia. Wesley last year making the final, this year getting knocked out in the quarterfinals by Nanavu. So plenty of stake for these young men. On the left-hand side of the screen, it is this Ravuka Sharks side, led by their captain, Ratu Risate. Keep an eye too on the speedster, Sitaveni Loko. Tuva Youth, well, they've got class right across the park. Naruma Ilikimi, Kunagando Josefata. One player to watch. They're a united team. 7 minutes each way. And joining me up in the commentary box from Fox Sport in Australia, a man who travels the world covering the IRB 7's, Sean Maloney.
Thank you very much, Mark. Yeah, I can't wait to sink our teeth into this one. We are off and running. This will be a belter.
Okay, so Tuva Youth immediately looking to go wide. And we're going to break straight up the middle using the left-hand side of the field nicely. They find support play. Numbers out to their right-hand side. They look for space. The Sharks, though, have been so good in defence. They managed to get across, covering defence, sliding defence. Forward pass. So immediately seeing the contrast of the 2 teams, the attacking prowess of this Tuva Youth side and the defensive quality of the Ravuka Sharks.
Gee, hasn't the crowd come alive? We're only 30 seconds in, Mark, and they have lit it up. Both sides so well supported.
So the Tuva Youth wearing their famous colours of white and blue, and from this first set piece, down the short side, the defence found wanting, and the defending champions break the deadlock and go out to a 5-0 lead.
I think it is Ilikimi Naruma who gets the try. They really showed their intent from the kickoff. They've worked it to a good part of the field to attack from. And Naruma looks like it is. He goes away to do the rest. Lovely work off the set piece. Brought it in.
Well, I reckon the rest of the world should be watching that, Sean Maloney. I could see a Rugby World Cup being won with a move like that. Saw the All Blacks do a similar thing in the 2011 Rugby World Cup final. Now, one thing that has been disappointing in this tournament so far has been the goal kicking. As the stakes increase and the percentages become smaller, it could become a key part of this game. But the conversion unsuccessful, and it is the defending champions with a 5-0 lead. So Tuva with the reset. They've been very good in this area. They contest the set piece. The turnover. Tuva Youth. Again, looking to work down this right-hand side. No advantage, knock on.
Just getting back to that line-out move we saw for the opening try there for Tuva. We don't see a whole lot of it in the world of sevens, and I'm not sure why it's not utilised more. It was brilliant play, wasn't it, from the line-out to bring it down and just go right through the middle. They hung off them. They were lining up out wide, and all the room was through the middle. There's another look at the mistake as Ravuka get a shot with the ball in hand.
And again, they look to go out to their right-hand side before trying to straighten up. Don't have the size, but they're a very well-organised side, the Ravuka Sharks. Some wonderful footwork from both of these sides throughout this tournament. And will it just be that one moment of individual brilliance? The little show and go doesn't get through the gap. Tuva Youth, though, good defensively in the middle of the park. Oh, basic errors, but they come back, play the original knock-on, no advantage. So the Ravuka Sharks somewhat lucky there.
Well, it's good defence, isn't it, from Tuva? They're in the right part of the field. It is just so hot out in the middle. It is energy-sapping stuff, trying to work it away from your own 22. And they've forced the error there through good D. It'll still be a Ravuka Sharks feed to the scrum after the earlier knock-on, but for the moment, Tuva are in the right part of town.
And so the little tap, they found some space on the right-hand side. The Sharks. Good support play. Looks for the runner in the inside, but decides to go himself. Numbers out to the left. Straightens up. Good run. Breaks one. Breaks two. Good metres gained. And the penalty comes. Sharks look to go quickly. The David Campese goose step comes in and the crowd loving that. But not releasing.
Yeah, again, it's good D. He was isolated, taking any contact there, and Tuva, and they were happy to let them go side to side. There were no real inroads being made by Ravuka, and then they jumped in all over that one. It's a good kick to touch as well.
Yeah, find a nice extra sort of 30 metres. Very good kick. Quick play though. The Sharks looking to just see if they can break this very good defence from our defending champions, Tuva Youth. And so we go left, suddenly to right. But Tuva, with their sliding defence, come across, swarm the Sharks with numbers. Being patient, looking for the build-up. Nothing wrong with that tackle. Play on, the ref says. The Sharks come down the short side. High tackle, come back for the penalty. Sharks trailing 5 points to 0. 10 metres out, referee says it's gone backwards. Steps, straightens up, wrapped up. Good tight defence once again. This is good, better support play. Great interplays, he got the power. Does he get it down? Referee says try. We're wrapped up at 5-all. The crowd loving this. You sense that amongst this large crowd here in Sigatoka, the Ravuka Sharks, very much the crowd favourite. Well, Sean Maloney, just pure size, pure class. Gets him across the line. Good comeback.
It's Sitoveni Loco, the man who pulls the pass in from Ratu, and he's dragging Tui Filiaki across the line there. That's a big unit to throw on the back and drag across the line for 5 right on the break. Wow, that is a big score, a big shot landed on the defending champs.
Well, Loco, like a locomotive. Keep an eye on that name. We've talked about this tournament. How many future Olympic medalists are we looking at? The future of Fiji and 7's here at Lawanga Park in Sigatoka. Free entry over the next 2 days. Women's finals set to go tomorrow. The men's tournament starts. International sides from the United States, Australia, Hong Kong, of course. And so it is half time. 5-all is the score. A little bit later on this afternoon, we will bring up into the commentary box one of the great South African rugby players, one of the great 7's exponents out of South Africa, Brian Habana. 124 tests for South Africa, World Cup winner back in 2007. And just a stellar man. Special occasion for him yesterday on the main street of Sigatoka, where they unveiled the plaque on the Rugby Walk of Fame, sitting in his plaque between Jonah Lomu and David Campese. Boy, have there been, of course, outside of Maisali Sarevi, have there been 3 better 7's players in history?
3 better 7's players than Lomu, Campese and Habana? You can't.
I said Sarevi. I mentioned outside of Sarevi.
You can't throw Habana in the 7's mix.
Oh, come on, of course you can.
No.
Oh, well, you tell him that when he comes up into the commentary box, okay?
I will
You tell him that. Well, I'm going to put
15s, yes.
I'm going to put Christian Cullen in there, Marika Vunenbacher.
You can have Cullen, and you can have another action-packed 7 minutes of play coming up here between Tuva and Ravuka. 5-5 the score.
And yes, you can clearly tell the commentary team is split between New Zealand and Australia. Sean Maloney from Fox Sport, of course. My name's Mark Watson. Looking forward to bringing you all the coverage, and it is the Ravuka Sharks who find themselves camped inside of their own 22. Get across that advantage line. They split their team left and right. Playing advantage, though. The defending champions, Tuva Youth, decide to go the direct route, straight up the middle. Good support play. Great defence, though. Is it enough? Try!
I think it's Naruma again. I think he's in for his second. They straighten up. They went through the middle. The passes start. And it might just be Ilikimi Naruma. Here's another look at it. Quick tap and go. This is the pass here, up the middle. That's the 4, is it not? Is it the 4, Mark Watson? It is.
Hard to believe, under 19 years of age, these wonderful athletes that we're seeing on display at the McDonald's Fiji Coral Coast 7's. So Tuva Youth looking to make their 3rd consecutive final restart. Sharks looking to try and get outside of their own 22. Tuva Youth, though, boy, defensively very good. Great communication. Great step, though. Wonderful run coming from the Sharks. Their big man, Ratu, opening up this Tuva Youth defence. But another big tackle leads to a turnover, and it is Tuva Youth who decide to go down the short side. Sharks scramble back in defence. Got numbers out to their right, but there's an infringement at the breakdown. Penalty. Sharks get themselves out of danger.
That's some quality defence right on their line from Ravuka. Andrea says he was a touch isolated. He was 5 away, and they piled in Ravuka to make the steal, force the penalty and help relieve some pressure. You just see him running away from his support runners there. He had Nalangwa on the outside. Nalangwa needed a prop and steer back in field, and
well, it's that decision making under pressure, isn't it? And Andro Assisi just didn't quite have the support. And a turnover at the set piece. So Tuva Youth contesting the line out, and they come up with possession. Now they look to go wide. Poor pass though. Knock on in the middle of the park. You've got to feel for the Ravuka Sharks. There was a small opportunity. We talk about key moments in the game. Is that one of them? So well, restart the middle of the park.
We thought it'd be tight, didn't we, Mark Watson? And it's playing out exactly as we'd hoped. One score, the difference. Tuva up by 5.
Mate, I still can't believe you don't rate Brian Habana as a 7's player.
I didn't say I didn't rate him. I said that he's not as good as Jonah or Campo at 7's. He's not in the same conversation. And I will tell him when
I'm going to have that conversation with him.
And I think Brian Habana would openly admit to not being in the order 7's in the same class as those two.
So Tuva Youth untidy from the scrum. The Ravuka Sharks desperate in defence. Not committing any numbers to the breakdown. Spreading their defence wide. Now it is Tuva Youth putting the gas on the far side. The little chip and chase, but taken out. What does the referee say? Late tackle. Yellow card. Professional foul is the call. Well, Sean Maloney, a fair call. Was that momentum? Did he have a choice?
Well, I don't think they needed to commit the foul because there was another runner coming back to help him. D4, they've got to get it going here, Ravuka.
Little knock on, get out of jail once again for the Ravuka Sharks. They've been like this throughout the entire tournament, the Sharks, throughout pool play. They've just scrapped and just hung in there defensively, and then have just seized their moment, taken their opportunities and found themselves in the semi-final. And we were talking earlier throughout the commentary via social media that if there was a dark horse team in this youth tournament, it was the Sharks. They trailed 10 points to 5.
That's come out the same side. They'll repack that one. Can they take it 100 though? Mark Watson to level up. Minute to play. Down a man.
Well, cometh the hour, cometh the man. It's an old cliche, but so often we've seen it in a tournament like this. Just that one moment of individual brilliance. They get the free kick. Quick tap. Up the right-hand side. They have taken Tuva Youth a little bit by surprise, but the turnouts come. With offside. There's the call from the referee. Last chance for the Ravuka Sharks to see if they can make their way into their first final here at the McDonald's Coral Coast 7's. Got the penalty. The hooter has gone. Not back the 10. Tuva Youth. The knock on, it is all over, and Tuva Youth beat the Ravuka Sharks 10 points to 5, and will go through to another youth final, the defending champions, in a closely fought contest. Now wait, the winner of our second semi-final between Veti Dakau and Ratu Felici Youth. That game up next.